Shed. It's entitled Haiti. Maybe some of you in the front row can see the word Haiti on it. The God of tough places, the Lord of burnt men. And for the homily, so I'm just going to read the introduction to this book for you, so you'll know something about Father Rick's ministry. The salmon, in an amazing display of instinct, fights its way upstream past hungry bears, through drowned branches, against crushing rocks and shearing currents, in order to arrive torn and exhausted at the place of its birth. The point of ending becomes the point of beginning, and life is born of sacrifice. The autumn leaves blaze forth a dazzling array of colors at precisely the moment when they are losing their life sap and must soon cede to forceful winds, bitter cold, and the lessening of light. In this dramatic surrender to winter, life recedes with a show of glory and then waits ever so patiently in the root. When light lengthens again and breezes become balmy, there will be an exuberant burst of all the forms and colors of life. These are but two of the many wonders which teach us the magnificent resilience that is the hallmark of life. This resilience often underlies tough realities and requires that the promised glory await its season. What is revealed is a mysterious, deep-seated determination for not just survival, but for full participation and passion for life. The evidence is there for sacrifice, flair, and gusto. Transcending the tough challenges brings metamorphosis and regeneration. It is true for fish and for leaves. It is also true for people. As a priest and a physician, I have known the body, mind, heart, and soul of many people, especially in the most anguishing circumstances of their lives. I have carried out my twin ministry mostly in settings of extreme poverty, social upheaval, and natural disasters. The backdrop of my profound encounters as priest and doctor has often been the crucible. This personal experience of tough inner and outer places has been naturally both a loss and a gain. From privileged positions of comfort in the developed world, I have known firsthand lower economic and social realms of chaos, confusion, and tragedy. Yet, I have known this other world together with strangers who have become the best friends that one could hope for. We have faced together the most unspeakable tragedies, yet also the most amazing resilience, bravery, long-suffering, and hope. This is the glory of the human being, paralleling the tattered and frayed victory of the salmon and the astounding beauty of the autumn death rattle. In the mention of friendship, it is also essential to note indebtedness to the spontaneous and gracious heroism of the absolute stranger. I have seen this amazing generosity many times. The right person appears at the right time and does the right thing and anonymously recedes. I once knew a missionary priest who was in solitary confinement, enduring harsh prison conditions and unbearable loneliness after the communist takeover in China. That experience soon had him completely disoriented, since he lived in the dampness and filth of an underground cell, deprived of light and thereby of a sense of time. He was alone in a miserable and perpetual darkness to ponder his destiny, to question God, and to long for his family and the slightest news of a friend, to suffer physical, emotional, and psychic anguish. He found a way to keep going by exhausting himself during waking hours by endless repetition of prayer. Each time he was about to succumb to sleep, he would end his prayer by singing the traditional Catholic chant of Vespers in Latin called the Magnificat. The day came when this priest could take no more. He was physically, psychically, and soulfully defeated. He refused all food and sought to waste away into diminishment, into the consoling embrace of death. His anonymous atheist guards, who had secretly admired his stamina and grown fond of his person and spirit, were distraught at the fact that he was withdrawn and apathetic. They tried to encourage him with words, but to no avail. They tried giving him some extra bread, extra water, or some small treat, but he had receded far too deeply into despair and apathy to be able to respond to their gestures. One day, when all else had failed, these two atheist guards who knew nothing of Latin, Christianity, or God, softly tried to sing to the defeated priest the alluring chant they had heard so many times from his lips, Magnificat anima mea Dominum, my soul magnifies the Lord. In their deep desire to find some medicine for his soul, their emotional attempt to sing this chant broke through to the heart of the priest. A faint light dawned in his dark aloneness. He opened up to this light, born of friendship and solidarity from these two strangers, in full contradiction to their social mission. Father Justin found his way out of the inner darkness and learned again how to survive in the outer for the few more years that it would take to be liberated by the Red Cross. Portents of mystery, the hardy fish, the dying leaf, the gracious stranger. Haiti is a country of enormous natural beauty and extraordinary people. The following reflections are about events that took place during some very dark days in Haiti. They are not about Haiti, they are about any place and any time where people of any race and any class live out their lives and destinies in the tremendous stress of poverty. Poverty is a terrible and ongoing assault on human dignity. Yet wherever and whenever the dignity of a human person is assaulted and in peril, the human spirit seeks desperately to preserve what is most precious within it. It is an absolute wonder how people can find light and hope in the most despairing darkness. For we believers, this is the unfailing light of grace, ever present and faithful, and fiercely loyal to carrying out God's great work, renewing the face of the earth, renewing the embattled human heart. The ancient human scourges of poverty, ignorance, sickness, and violence still assault the dignity of our human family in too many places on earth, causing widespread humiliation of body, mind, and spirit. Yet from the depths of this tragedy, many people, with the help of God and people like you and I, fight valiantly and are able to rise. Father Richard Frechette, Congregation of the Passion, Port-au-Prince, June 30th, 2009. An extraordinary man. Sometimes people say to me, oh, I met a priest somewhere, and a very nice priest, very good, and so forth. And I say, I'm always happy to hear good news about priests, because there's other times when you hear bad news only. And lately it's been happening among the level of bishops, and as you know, of cardinals as well. Bad news, very sad news. So Father Rick, who I had in class for a semester, with I think there were 4 or 5 other Passionist seminarians at the time, has dedicated his life to this ministry. And if you watch the YouTube videos, there are 2 of them that focus on Father Rick. One is 3 minutes, the other one's 5 minutes. You see an extraordinary man, an unbounded energy, great dedication, person who loves the people he serves, from orphans by the hundreds. He's created a hospital for new babies, some of them born with HIV/AIDS. You know that happens, that transmission can take place in the womb. And the facilities he's opened and the people he works with, the ministries he does, he buries the dead. He actually buries the dead. You see him celebrating Mass with 2 people who died during the night. He has attracted great financial support, great admiration. And he'll say, can I save Haiti? No. Can I save most of this country? No. What can I do? I can touch the lives of individuals and of a few people in this community. And he says, that's all I can do, but that's all God calls me to do at this time. So I really encourage you to think of Father Frechette when you think of, the ministries that you and I have. So here it is a Monday, I'm on call all day, gee whiz. My ministry is as easy as can be compared to his. I have no reason to complain whatsoever. This man is the saintly priest that we're all called to be. And if we can draw some strength and inspiration from his example, it's going to be a real blessing for our ministries. So while the cameras are on, I'd like to invite everybody, if they'd like to join in singing Happy Birthday to Father Rick. Is that okay? Happy birthday to